Well, good morning, everyone. We're at it again. And this is Diana and Dean with Wreaths by Faith. And we are making a tree topper bow. And we thought we would share this with you this morning. It is really blustery cold, only 21 degrees here in Maryland. So here is this beautiful velvet ribbon. It's a 50-yard roll. And we're going to make a really large bow. And it's 30 inches long, and you will not believe the size of this bow. So you must stay tuned. So thanks for watching. Now I'm going to turn the camera down, and let's get started. So let us know where you're from. And thanks for watching today. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I am using the Easy Bow Design Maker, and this is actually 20 inches long, so you could make a massive bow with this. So we're going to go ahead and use my mat, and we're going to make this 30-inch tails. So that is going to be the tail of that ribbon. And we're going to go ahead and make that long tail, and we're going to make a lot of loops here. So let me see, make sure that you're getting the full effect of this. Let me turn that up. And then these loops are going to be between 7 and 8 inches in loops. So we're going to go ahead and get started. We're going to take and we're going to push that down between the two dowels here. This is plastic and it holds it very nicely. We're going to push that through 7.5 inches. We're going to go down the other side and we're going to push down, and then we're going to twist, and we're going to make another loop, and we want to match that loop on the other side here, and we're going to go down the other side, and we're going to make another loop. This is our large bow that we have in our Etsy store. It's called Wreaths by Faith, and I'll have it in the link so that you can see it. I go 2 up, 2 across, and 2 down. I'm going to pull that ribbon out. We're going to twist that. You want the wrong side facing in so that you don't see any of the mechanics of that ribbon. We're going to twist it again. And then we're going to go down and we're going to meet up at that 30-inch mark, and we're going to cut that tail. And then we're going to do it again. We're going to make another 30-inch loop, tail. We're going to come up. Now what I do is up here at the center, because you don't want it to be bare up here in the center. You want that bow to be nice and flamboyant. You want it to be nice and full on that tree. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to make a loop. And we're going to make another loop. And see how that fills that space up all the way around. It almost looks like a flower. So the presentation of that looks beautiful. So now what we're going to do, we're going to make some more loops. We're going to make them about 1 inch smaller. One inch smaller. And we're going to go around. Because we want to make this bow pop on that tree. We want it to look magnificent. Then we're going to come down and we're going to cut the tail at that 30-inch mark. Now what I'm going to do is in the center, where I have that shorter loop, I'm going to make one loop to fill that spot so that it's not bare. You want to fill that up so that presentation of that bow is nice and full. We're going to go ahead and come down because you need that bow filled all the way around. And I do 5 long loops, or 5 long tails, I'm sorry, because when it's going down that tree, you want it to be symmetrical, and you don't want just 4 long tails. You want 5, so it's nice and full. So you have to agree that that looks nice and beautiful. And if you notice, I don't push down my loops. I don't smash my loops. I leave my loops nice and fluffy and full. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take this off and we're going to add the 1.5 inch. And I have a 50-yard roll. We've made a lot of these bows this year. It's been very popular. So I go down 3/4 of the way, not quite 30 inches. I go down about 25. And I eyeball it. So we're going to make a loop. And I'm going to make the loop about 3/4 of the way up. So about 2 inches less than that last loop. And I never push down on my loops. I always leave them nice and full because I like the fluffiness. 2. 3, 4, 5, 6. Because you want that bow to look spectacular on that tree. So as you can see, we're going to go down and we're going to cut this off. And I'm just going to cut it on a 45 degree. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go down here and cut it, have it go down about 20 inches this time. We're going to come in about halfway from the last loop, as you can see. And you can see that those loops are matching nicely, but they're not on top of each other because you want to build the bow so that it's building like a building block. So that it's nice and full. And the presentation of it will look so beautiful. And I'm going to do one a little shorter and another one a little shorter. And then we're going to bring that down. We're going to cut another tail at 45 degree. And I'm going to make a loop here. And I think I'm going to take this out and I'm going to make one loop here in the center because I want that to be nice and full. I don't like holes in my bows. I like everything to be nice and full. So if you look at that, I'm going to cut that there. Well, actually, I think I'll leave that as a tail. So I'm going to put that in there. So that fills up that gap. So we're going to go here. We're going to give it a twist. We're going to come back with it. A little bit shorter than the last one. go. And as you can see, that bow is spectacular. And it is nice and full. And that's just going to look beautiful on a tree. And you can see how it has worked its way as a building block. So now what we're going to do, we're going to use a wire tie. And as you can see on this wire tie, it has a bumpy side and a flat side. And what I like about it, when you put this wire tie through the ribbon, that bow is not going anywhere. So I learned this from Kali, that I'm in her group. It's Kali Design School. And I absolutely love the group. I've learned so much from her. So we're going to go ahead and slide that down between the two dowels here. We're going to grab a hold of it. Oops. That's a lot of ribbon to bite into. Let's see. My wire tie might be just a little bit too short here. There, I got it. So I'm going to pull that up. And it really is hard to get out of there once you have that many loops in there. So I'm going to pull it up. And I'm going to put a wire tie or chenille stem in the back. And I'll use a white one so that way you can see it. So we're going to use a chenille stem in the back. And we're going to put that through. And then we're going to pull this nice and tight. And then that is not going anywhere. And then what's going to happen is you're going to be able to pull all those loops around. And manipulate that ribbon so that it stands up nicely. And I'll show you what I do in the center here in just a minute. So as you can see, it just pops. And it is beautifully designed. So that will look quite amazing on a tree this holiday season. And I just put it between here. You see where I put those center loops? It helps everything kind of come together. So it looks very nice. And there's no bald spots in your bow. So we're going to take a piece of red velvet ribbon. I'm going to pull the wire out from the one side. And I'm going to cut it down the middle. Then what I do is I fold it in and fold it again. So I'm going to fold it over so it gives it a nice clean texture. And we're going to put that right down the center. And we're going to tie that in the back. And it's going to hide all the mechanics. because nobody wants to see a bow that's been beautifully made with the wire in the center. And that's how you do that. After I get done there, I'm going to sit that down. I'm putting it on the spindle so that way you can see how I take all these loops. I'm going to take the small 1.5 inch and I'm going to roll it up between my fingers. And I'm going to pull it out. And this is what the customer will do. Pull it out from the center. Just like so. I'm going to do that all the way around with the shorter loops. And I fold up. And with this being wired, it keeps everything nicely attached and everything in place. So when they pull it out, everything comes down nicely on that tree and it just looks beautiful. And then what I do, has a little bit of glitter there, so I've been working with some glitter in here. I take all my tails and I fold them up nicely together and I roll them up just like this. And when I send this bow out, I'll show you how I do that. I don't just put it in a box. I use a plastic bag. I get these from Amazon. I absolutely love these bags. I think I get 5,000 to a box. It might be 2,000. I don't remember. So I open the bag. I'm going to take that bow and put it in this bag. And what I do is I expand it with air. That way the bow doesn't smash. I just add some air. And look at that. That bow is going to stay nice and full. Because guess what? When we made that, it's going to stay nice and full because we expanded that in a plastic bag and it kept it intact. And when you get that bow, it's going to be perfectly displayed for your tree. So we just want to thank you for watching today. This was so much fun. And we thank you for watching. And we hope that you'll subscribe to our channel. And we greatly appreciate you being here. And we hope you have a great Thanksgiving this week. So thanks again for watching. And don't forget to join us on Etsy and see what we have in our shop. We have a big sale running right now. And lots of goodies. So check us out, Reefs by Faith. The link's in the bottom. Thanks again. Have a great week, everybody. Bye for now.